Established B2B founders, if you are sorting out how to grow your business, how to scale past that like 2 million mark and get out of that 2 to 10 million mark and grow and become a scale up, what marketing channel should you choose in general? And it is complicated. I've seen so many articles and I talk to so many founders and CEOs every week, probably around 10 new founders and CEOs a week. We're looking at their business, looking at how to grow and whether or not like different channels are the right move for them. And obviously it can be nuanced, right? Depends on your team, depends on your goals, your lifestyle, what you're trying to do with your business, your risk tolerance. I've tried to simplify it aggressively and just show you a little tool that we made to help make sense of it. So let me demonstrate here how you can choose. Okay, so we have these different quadrants and it's really how fast you get results versus the cost to implement, right? Like how expensive is it? You know, it's not that expensive to email somebody, for example, and that's why email is over here on the left, whereas over here on the right is paid ads. And some things are faster or slower, right? Building communities is not very expensive to implement, but it's not quick. It's not quick to build a community. So how do you choose? And really, there's a few factors. I put them all in here and let's take a look together. So really, you have to look at, what is your business stage? If you're very early on, regardless of what you're selling and what kind of business you are, if you're in SaaS, B2B SaaS, B2B consulting, or something else, if you're selling things if your business is very early on, you should probably figure out outbound. It's a great way, and referrals and warm relationships obviously are always good, which are not really on here, right? So those are great. And as your business progresses, more things become possible. So let's focus here on this $2 to $5 million ARR mark. Now, if you have cash flow, what does that mean? Does your business have an extra 5 to 10K a month in free cash flow that is not needed, that if you used it, nothing bad would happen. Your operations would be fine. If you have, that means you could invest and basically buy a new acquisition channel that's higher leverage. So if we turn this on, now that shows you, hey, a lot of the paid ads options become possible. And it really depends on what you're selling. So if you're selling something that is less than $1,000, a lot of things aren't going to make sense. You can't afford a really high cost of acquisition system. So that means anything where the ticket price is lower, SEO, content marketing, community work really well. Some paid ads work really well, like low ticket and tripwire. Downside with those is they are very difficult to nail, to have a multi-sequence set of purchases. And this kind of funnel is not easy. Ads to lead magnets, also pretty low cost. Downside there is a lead magnet is only a little bit of the way towards purchase intent. Usually if you get people on lead magnets, only 1% of them are going to buy. So it's a lot of follow-up to pull all the value forward of those lead magnets. And then of course, PLG makes sense. But as you go up in ticket price, in the value that you sell, in the cash that you collect, more and more higher leverage options become possible. So like mid-ticket, now you can start retargeting. You're using retargeting ads, which are pretty low cost, to stay in front of people to make sure that you have this bottom of funnel ad system. And as you go into the higher ticket, paid ads suddenly become really possible. So if you're selling something that's between 10 and 50K, now you have options like a call funnel. And a call funnel is a book of call funnels, like when you run ads to some kind of qualification form, and then they call you. You get on the phone with them and sell your services. So this kind of helps you understand what you could pick. Now, as the ticket size goes up, even more options become available. And when you're only whale hunting, you suddenly switch to more ABM style of marketing. So you're running ads only to very specific high-end people. You're spending a lot of money per account because each account is worth a lot. And then one other little key thing that to pay attention to is your market size. So if your market size is big, that's great. Good for you. Good big TAM, right? But as your market size goes down, if it gets too small, some options become difficult. So if you're trying to run paid ads and there are very few people on planet Earth that you could sell to, you will spend a lot and it might not be the best method. You should look at other methods. So this is it, how I look at it high level. Basically, what's the size of your business? Do you have the cash flow to use paid ads? If you do, paid ads is higher leverage, higher return. If you have the risk tolerance for that, that is the way to go to scale quicker and learn faster. Definitely strongly recommended. but only if you have it. If you don't have it, then it's irresponsible. So you have to have, the business has to be in the right cash position. Then depending on what you sell, that changes, what's the most optimum. But here's one little kink. One kink in this is that there's a fractal nature in markets and in consumers. So if you sell something for, say, 50K, 1 in 10 buyers, by the math, would spend 10 times more. In general, for all of your customer base, 10% of them will spend 10 times more. So sometimes maybe there's only a small amount of whales, but there's a lot of, let's say, major items that you could sell. So in that case, you could run a call funnel to sell these, and then 1 in 10 of them will be a whale. So that's a great approach to capture both. So as you can see, it gets very specific, but these are the factors I'm always looking at. What's the business size? How much cash flow? What are you selling? What business type is it? And there's so many more business types. And then what's the market size? You'll notice we don't have platform on here, because you can run a really good ad concept and good offer could be done on LinkedIn, Meta, Instagram, and so forth.